Over here, left a bit, right a bit. Here I am on my phone with a roll call of Wall Street's social media offerings. Chief among them, Meta platforms with two key brands, Facebook for the oldies, Instagram for the younger trendies, and then there's Snap Inc. or Snapchat with its goofy filters. That really is me as a rabbit. And recently listed Pinterest, the style and inspiration site, and Reddit, the online interest and hobbies platform. And to be honest, you could also add the music streamer Spotify and China's Tencent Music to the list of social media firms, and even Google's YouTube. And then there's Truth Social, Donald Trump's conservative platform set up in 2022 after he was kicked off Facebook and Twitter. Truth Social listed at the NASDAQ in March of this year.
It's one of the most volatile stocks out there, and everyone has an opinion because it's Donald Trump's social media stock. You have to be very careful trading this stock. It is extremely volatile, and it will continue to make headlines into the election. But it does have a devoted user base and a loyal following.
Truth Social is certainly a newbie that attracts much attention, but on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange, there's a lot of chatter about China's TikTok, which faces a ban soon in the US if it's not sold by its owner ByteDance. You may have seen TikTok's boss, Xu Chu, fighting his corner on Capitol Hill in the face of very hostile congressional committees.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
ByteDance says it has no plans to sell TikTok, but key US entrepreneurs are lining up in case there's a change of heart.
As far as social media platforms go, it's the biggest in the world. It's all about that algorithm. Yes, you want to divest, you want to separate the US and the China operations. If they were to sell, it'll be a great opportunity for a US entrepreneur, but will they get that algorithm? I doubt it. They'll get that user base, they'll get some form of TikTok, they'll probably get the name. I think there's going to be a lot more battles in the political world and in the courts before we hear anything about TikTok being divested.
Whether it's TikTok or homegrown US social media companies, which, by the way, also face similar allegations to TikTok, such as spreading fake news, alleged election interference, and adversely affecting the mental health of teenage girls, clearly a lot hangs on who wins the US presidential election. So what might a win for Joe Biden or a win for Donald Trump mean for social media generally, and as an investment on Wall Street? I've come to the university town of Princeton, New Jersey, to get away from the hullabaloo of the big city to ask Santosh Rao, who studies Trump and Biden policies as they relate to Wall Street.
Both of them agree on the bad effects of social media on the kids, but in terms of who do you censor, there's a big difference. It's very subjective, and the conservatives believe that their content is unfairly edited or censored. And liberals feel that, there needs to be more censorship, control the content. So I would say Trump is good for social media rather than Biden is.
So whoever wins in November, is social media going to remain a sector worth investing in?
Absolutely, it is. Right now, it's probably at a stage where a little bit of caution because of all the regulators and all the regulatory noise around it. Investors do want to see where the dust settles.
We're following them, but we're not following them as they all move together because they all have their own individual stories which are all worth watching.
The irony is, whatever the outcome in November, it'll be reported, dissected, and all played out on social media. And that's good for clicks and likes, and ultimately revenue from digital advertising. John Terrett, CGTN, New York.